Hey everyone, welcome back to more StarCraft Brood War, Dunes of Shakuras.
Entaro Tassadar, Executor. The survivors from Aiur have made it safely through the gate. Yet, amidst the chaos of our retreat, we lost contact with Phoenix and Raynor. I fear that they may have been overrun by the Zerg.
Fear not, Artemis. Phoenix is as stalwart a warrior as I have ever known. And the Terran Raynor has proven himself to be highly resourceful in the past. I for one believe that they made it here safely. But while we wait for word from them, we must reconnoiter the surrounding area and find a suitable location for a more permanent settlement. Once we're situated, we can begin to search for the Dark Templar.
Alright, cool. Well, let's see how Shakuras looks on cartoon graphics. Ooh, this is nice. I like this tile set a lot, and that's one thing I really like about Brood War is that they added a couple extra tile sets.
Executor, there are Zerg on Shakuras. They must have taken control of the warp gate on Aiur.
What are you? You are a flying bird. You look like you belong in Yoshi's Island. See, this was like the fun thing about the expansions back in the day, like growing up for computer games, was that expansions did fun things like add new tile sets, and for me as a kid, that was a large part of the fun. Like, I really enjoyed... I didn't even think about this. Ah, that was good enough for placement. It's, we're gonna put any more pylons. Like, something that's so simple as just, like, having a different map to play on. Like, 'cause I think in... I don't think that's right. I was gonna say in, Red Alert 2, the expansion had snow tile sets, but I think it always had snow tile sets. But like, and I don't know why I like that so much, because you think, oh, like you should be more interested in, like the new units. And don't get me wrong, the new units are great and they're shiny, but I think, in particular for StarCraft, there was like a lot of, so you have the Badlands and you have like grass, so it's like a lot of green and brown, whereas this is like, you know, I actually can't tell if it's blue or purple because I am colorblind. And oh, please don't kill the probes. Good grief, they
Glad I am to see that you've returned home after these many decades. But the strange guests that followed you here seem ill-tempered. Well met, my brother. Indeed, these creatures known as the Zerg have no regard for the sanctity of life. Once we have secured this area, I shall tell you everything I know about them in council. I'm sure the matriarch will be eager to hear your tale as well.
Executor, we have received a transmission from Raynor and Phoenix. They are still alive and are fighting to retake the warp gate on Aiur. We must secure the gate on this side without delay.
great. Destroy the Zerg base. We can do that. I guess basically the point I was gonna say is like a little bit of color I find like goes a long ways, and you know, we being people, we have different preferences for colors. Like, so for example, this right here looks very nice for me, and I think that's purple, but I'm actually colorblind between blue and purple, whereas brown doesn't look as great for me. But I want, if there's a person out there whose favorite color is brown, I want to meet them, because and this was, apologies if I told this story before. So, you know, for like favorite ice cream flavors, how most people either say they like vanilla or like chocolate or something else, like cookies and cream. Like, there's all these different flavors of ice cream that people enjoy, but I find like for the most part no one gets super enthusiastic about strawberry ice cream. Well, it turns out there's a guy at my work whose favorite flavor of ice cream is strawberry. And for me, I was blown away. There's either going to be two reactions to this. Either you're going to be just as surprised as I am that such people exist. And this isn't to say that strawberry is a bad flavor. I just more mean, like, I've never seen someone get excited about strawberry ice cream. Like, ever. Like, I just... So to meet that person who's like, yeah, strawberry ice cream is my favorite flavor, I'm like, whoa, you're a unicorn. Like, please tell me more. And like, no disrespect to the strawberry ice cream enthusiasts. And now I'm just like imagining that like everyone who's watching is like, dude, strawberry ice cream is the bomb, man. How dare you disrespect that? Slander. Which I thought was really interesting. And that's all there really is to the story. And I felt like for me, I think what I was trying to get at was, I feel like the color brown's the same way. Like, I haven't really met anyone who's like, yeah, brown's my favorite color. But, like, I'm sure these people exist. And it feels weird because, like, I'm, like, it's like I'm talking about them as if they're some sort of, like, subhuman thing. And that's not the case at all. It's just interesting. I guess for me, I'm saying that it's fascinating to find minority opinions. Though I guess, like, it shouldn't be too surprising because I would think that everyone has an opinion. Alright, let me back up. I think this is what I'm trying to say. So, like, a minority opinion means that, like, it's the minority that has that opinion, which is like, okay, like, duh, yeah. And like, maybe I'm of course. So you would expect most people to be in the majority. However, I would think for each individual, even though they might hold a majority opinion for several different things, like say for example, like animals, like colors, favorite foods, like they might be a majority for most of these things. I would suspect that for most people, there exists at least like a category or two in which they hold a minority opinion. So maybe my amazement of people having a minority opinion isn't justified because maybe it's more common than I make it out to be. There you go. I think that's what I want to say. And it's like, wow, like, you really milked that that tangent for what it's worth. Like, you're just talking about the color of brown, and like, you got to this point, like, oh boy, you were reaching. It's like, hey man, sometimes the mouth keeps moving and like don't stop talking. I almost felt like I was gonna like segue into like a Smash Mouth song, but that didn't happen. In the meantime, while I spare you guys about the color conversation, we're gonna go see if there's an expansion nearby. Though I'm not sure if we need it. I think we can one base this mission. Alright, I'm out. See you nerds. Where? Oh, it's the Overlord. Great, okay. Weapons, armor, Citadel of a Dune. Oh, we should get Dragoon in case Mulists do exist. And we should scout some more because we didn't get very far. Those birds are so funny. Like, they really do look like they're straight out of a Nintendo game. Oh, great, perfect. Does he do a backflip every time? Or I guess it's a front flip, sorry. That's cool. Wow, who would have thought that Dark Templar would get to use? Oh, you can get... we don't have gas. Alright. Which makes sense, considering how much we are, spending on upgrades. What is this going? Oh no! Look at that. And now he's not doing any front flips. Maybe it depends on the angle.
So be it. I have returned. Yes.
Ooh. Oh, see, now we know that. We're gonna sack this guy to kill that. I was wondering if a Dark Temple could be sunken, which I'm sure some of you just like knew the answer to that. And I was like, oh, let's find out. And it's like, okay, no, they don't. But see, now I have that knowledge, and even the Dark Temple got the jump on them. Got him. All right, I'm out. So I don't know what we're going to use for our primary attack force. We have a lot of options, I think. I think we're going to do Zelda Dragoon, Dark Templar. That's kind of what I'm feeling. But we shall see. Let us purchase some more Zealots because we're going to want to save some gas for upgrades because they're going to be available pretty soon. So we're going to be at 1-1. Actually, I think 6 Zealots should be sufficient to clear that out. So we're going to go clear that out. And then we're probably going to look for an expansion. Oh. 1-1 cells. Ooh, delicious. So how much do you guys get? Okay, +3. Alright. Ground weapons and armor. Alright, so there's an expansion, so we'll just take that. Then, of course, expand. And then we'll be ready to roll out. Yeah, and so we're going to keep things simple this mission. Man, I can't get over how nice. I can't wait for the ice tile set. Ice tile sets are some of my favorite. Games that feature snowy mountains as locations, I'm very much into. It just looks nice, and like urban environments can be okay, though I don't have a lot of enthusiasm for them. Where, say, usually, I was gonna say I'm more into natural settings, but one thing I don't actually care much for at all is jungle tile set. And this is like veering back into interesting territory for me because like I know I have these preferences, and I've talked to my brother a bit about them. And I'm aware that he too has preferences, but like I haven't really talked to anyone else about this at all. And that's where like I'd be interested, because it's kind of like, and the reason why I'd be interested about that is like, oh, like, does your preference for tile set really matter? It's like, well, not really, because like I'm aware that people have different preferences. It's like, okay, cool, like you're not really saying much. So I'm like, yeah, okay, that's fair, but like what would interest me is the analytics behind it. Like if you got like a big sample size of data, what would the data point towards? And that's why, for me, going back to the ice cream, that's why that was so interesting for me, because out of all like the sample size of like me asking people like what their favorite ice cream flavor was, I had a lot of people saying like, oh, I like this flavor, this flavor, this flavor. So when I finally found that one anomaly that said, hey, I like strawberry ice cream, the anomaly was what was interesting to me because it was unique. And I think that actually translates to a lot of other things as well. So let me elaborate. For movies, typically I'm more entertained if it's something that I haven't seen before, or if it's like a unique take. So at the beginning of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, we had a bunch of, and I'm talking specifically about the action segments. We had like Iron Man and Captain America and all these superheroes, and at the time, back in like 2010, it was a really novel concept as like we just hadn't had these characters on the big screen before. Fast forward 9 years later, and we've seen a lot more of these characters in these shows. So when they get into action sequences, they have to work a lot hard to keep me interested, as like I've experienced what they're offering. And same thing for like stories and other things. I think on one hand, that's what makes it a little bit difficult to for new pieces of media to hold my interest. And this is me like kind of like walking through this process right now in my head. And I don't have this, and I mean to say like I don't have this fully mapped out, but when because I was gonna say like on one hand, when I experience something new and novel that I haven't seen before, I get excited. Also, I think we can just like crush face. I mean, we're 2-2. We have a trust fund zealots, so we're just gonna go ahead. All right, away you go.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
There is no sign of Phoenix or Raynor. They must still be on Aiur.
My life for Aiur.
And we can start reinforcement as we go on. Though, I was gonna say, I don't always need to experience like a new story or game or action to be entertained. Oh, that's not good.
Not enough minerals. Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Where is the Archon? That'll keep me busy. Nah, I can't believe we got crushed by 3 Mutalisks. That's bad. I have different thresholds for different things. Like, so I was talking about like Captain America and Iron Man as an example. Oh no, please, no. Whereas the Hulk, I'm a much bigger fan of the Hulk, so I can like stomach a lot more, and it takes a lot more for me to get tired of the Hulk, just because like I have a preference for him. And like same thing for like StarCraft, you might say like, well, how come you haven't gotten bored of StarCraft? It's like, well, A, I just like the game that much, but then secondly, there's a lot of things that happen within StarCraft which help keep the game fresh. Though I will also say too, if there's something that I'm really into, I typically have a pretty high capacity for doing the same thing over and over again. It just depends how much I like it. But I think most people are the same. Like, so I guess like for me, I adore sandwiches. I absolutely love them. So it's very easy to convince me just to sit down and eat a sandwich because I like them. And even something as simple as like a turkey, spinach, and mustard sandwich, like I'm like, oh yeah, happily I'll eat that. Or someone might get bored of that, you know, a couple days in a row.
My crew and I will remain here on Aiur and shut the gate down on this side. It's the only way to make sure that the Zerg won't send more reinforcements to Shakuras.
You will be hopelessly outnumbered, and once the gate is shut down, there will be no one to save you should you be overrun.
Yeah, well, I'm a man of action. What can I say?
I shall remain with Raynor as well, isn't it? My duty is to Aiur after all.
Farewell, then, brave warriors. We will send through all the troops we can spare.
Thanks. You kids just remember to play nice from now on, okay? Wish us luck.
Yay! There you go. Victory! I don't know if I made any like real headway with my like tangents today, but yeah, it felt good. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Until then, goodbye.